It was a crisp autumn afternoon when Jenna and Marcus sat side by side on their worn but cozy couch, the sunlight streaming through the window, highlighting the slight furrow in Jenna's brow. Their conversation had taken a familiar turn. Who was responsible for what? And why did it feel like the balance was tipping? Jenna was exhausted from juggling her demanding career and household tasks, while Marcus felt unappreciated for the extra hours he'd been putting in at work. They both knew they loved each other deeply, but something needed to change before the weight of unspoken frustrations became too much to bear. Role dynamics in marriage can be as tricky to navigate as a maze with no clear exit. Yet, they are the key to unlocking a relationship that thrives on understanding, mutual respect, and flexibility. Marriage isn't just about vows exchanged on a bright wedding day. It's about crafting a life together, day by day, in a way that feels fair and fulfilling for both partners. If you've ever found yourself at odds with your partner over expectations or responsibilities, you're not alone. Understanding how to handle role dynamics can transform not only your relationship, but your entire approach to partnership. "Why does it always feel like I'm doing more?" Jenna finally said, breaking the silence. Her voice wasn't accusatory but carried the weight of months of bottled-up thoughts. Marcus looked at her, a flash of guilt crossing his face. "I didn't realize you felt that way," he admitted. And just like that, they had stumbled into one of the most critical components of managing role dynamics: communication. In many modern marriages, traditional roles are no longer the default. Instead, couples create a dynamic that fits their unique circumstances, values, and strengths. But this flexibility can only succeed if both partners are willing to communicate openly. For Jenna and Marcus, that meant finally sitting down to talk about what they expected from each other and how their current setup wasn't working. Their first step was simple but powerful, acknowledging that they both had assumptions about what the other should be doing. Jenna had assumed Marcus would notice when the laundry piled up or the fridge was empty, while Marcus had assumed Jenna preferred to handle those things because she always had. By bringing these assumptions into the open, they began to see where their frustrations stemmed from. The next step was to adopt a partnership mindset. Jenna and Marcus realized that their marriage wasn't a competition or a checklist, but a shared journey. They started framing their conversations around we instead of you, turning statements like, "You never help with the dishes," into, "How can we make sure we're both pitching in with chores?" As life changed, so did their roles. When Marcus decided to take evening classes to advance his career, Jenna took on more responsibilities at home. But they agreed this shift was temporary and regularly revisited the arrangement to ensure it still worked for both of them. Flexibility became their superpower, allowing them to adapt to new challenges without resentment or bitterness. One of their most significant breakthroughs came when they stopped dividing tasks based on stereotypes and started focusing on strengths. Jenna, who had a knack for organization, took over managing their finances, while Marcus, a fantastic cook, took charge of meal planning and grocery shopping. This approach not only made their lives more efficient, but also deepened their respect for each other's skills. Of course, there were still disagreements. No marriage is perfect. But Jenna and Marcus learned to handle conflict constructively, listening to each other without defensiveness and striving to find compromises. They stopped seeing arguments as battles to be won and instead treated them as opportunities to grow closer. If there's one thing their journey teaches us, it's that role dynamics are not set in stone. They evolve as the people in the marriage evolve. Periodic check-ins became a staple for Jenna and Marcus. Simple moments where they could reflect on what was working, what wasn't, and what needed to change. As they sat together months later, sharing a quiet laugh over dinner, the tension that once shadowed their relationship felt like a distant memory. They had learned to work together as a team, not despite their differences, but because of them. Their marriage wasn't perfect, but it was resilient, built on a foundation of trust, respect, and shared effort. If you're navigating similar challenges in your relationship, remember that it's never too late to recalibrate. With patience, communication, and a willingness to grow together, any couple can create a partnership that stands the test of time. And hey, if you found this story helpful, make sure to subscribe for more insights and practical advice to strengthen your relationships. Your marriage deserves the best, and we're here to help you every step of the way.